Right, welcome to another video, guys. What we've got today for you is classed as, quite frankly, one of the last proper M3s they made. It's a E92 M3 Coupe. It's the 4-litre V8, so it's none of this new turbocharged business, even though they are quite a popular car. But the 92 M3, the 4-litre version, was one of the last NA, and most enthusiasts actually say it was the last of the proper M3s. So yeah, I mean, the car in question today it's got a few little mods done to it. So what I'll do is I'll go for a little walk around the car, show you what it's had done to it, and then we'll go for a little drive. What it's like to drive and just the noise. And the noise this thing makes is, honestly, it's absolutely amazing. It sounds lethal. The V8 grumble with the actual couple of little bits it's had done to it, it sounds absolutely awesome. And you'll see what I mean when we'll go for a little drive and a couple of little drive-bys and a couple of exhaust clips. And so yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. We're still new to this thing, so please help us grow. We've got plenty of content to come and plenty of other performance cars to show you guys. So yeah, just subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, like the video, share, do all the usual stuff, and enjoy. Thank you very much. Right, so here it is, E92 M3. This is one of the later cars as well, because it's a 2012. So I think the run out model was 2012, 2013. And such an amazing car, honestly. It's such a awesome car this is. And yeah, I mean, the mods on the car, then what it's had done to it is it's had the usual mods that a lot of people do, which to be fair really do set the car off from the norm. Is it's got a carbon fibre front splitter, it's got a carbon fibre kidney grills. They look way better than the standard ones. Standard ones can look a bit ropey at times, but yeah, this thing, it's got 19-inch Esprit wheels, Esprit, not sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, that's them. 10-spoke wheels. They look great, I think. It's on I-back lowering springs as well, so the ride height is absolutely perfect. There's no rubbing issues, there's no nothing like that. And as you can see, the thing is, honestly, it's phenomenal, this thing. And it's also got, it's a bit Marmite. Some people like it, some don't. I think it looks fantastic. It's got a ducktail boot lid. Now, that's only been on the car for 6 months or so, but it will be coming off, obviously, at some point in the near future. Put it back to standard boot lid, but yeah, that's on there. It's also got actually the M3 carbon fibre grille badges. So the biggest mod on this car is what's enhanced the noise. What it's had done is it's had an exhaust mod, the back box mod. So, and that was done by EVOS. He's a M-Power car specialist up north somewhere. And it's also got the secondary DCATs. So as you can imagine, this thing, honestly, it sounds wild. Literally, it sounds wild. What I'll do is I'll put in a clip here for you. It's from of this car on cold start, and you'll understand what I mean. Personally, I prefer the DCT on these M-Power cars. The gearboxes on these cars, even though it's what, 8 years old, 7.5, 8 years old, they're still far better than a lot of the cars that you get around nowadays. So yeah, I mean, what we'll do is we'll go for a little drive, just to give you guys a feel of what it actually drives like and what it sounds like. And yeah, like I said, just enjoy the video. Thank you very much. So here we are, go for a drive in this thing, and yeah, just like I mentioned, we'll show you guys what it feels like. I must admit, I mean, it drives for it's an 8-year-old M3, and this actual car has only covered 25,000 miles. So it's not done many miles at all. It's quite possibly one of the lowest mileage ones out there. And the car belongs to Zish. He's had it for a couple of years nearly and looked after it quite well. So, you know, we're doing this YouTube thing together. So we thought we'd get our cars on there as well, just something to show, you know, we are car enthusiasts. We're not just people who randomly just want to make videos of other people's cars. We've got some decent motors ourselves, alhamdulillah. So it's so yeah. So I mean, the car itself, it drives, honestly, it drives absolutely awesome. We're in manual mode at the moment. EDC's switched on, the power button switched on. They've got a power button on the center console, if you're not aware. It gives them a little bit more power, ever so slight bit more power, a bit more throttle response, and just generally it stiffens everything up, and it makes it feel a lot better, a lot more precise, should we say. So gear change on these things, I mean, we're in 6th gear, drop it down, and this is just 4th gear.
It's an instant response, don't you?
With it being an NA, there's no lag, there's nothing. I mean, that was 4th gear, could have dropped it to probably 2nd or, well, 3rd or even definitely 2nd. Or it just pulls in. But the noise this thing makes, honestly, is absolutely amazing. There's not many cars out there that can touch them. I know the C63s sound absolutely wild as well, but obviously with them being a 6.2 V8, this is a 4-litre V8, and it's had a few bits and bobs done in the sense with the gearbox as well. So it blips on downshift, and I mean, we're in 2nd gear now, so. Traction coming on.
Generally, after 4,000 or 5,000 revs, that's when the real engine kicks in, and that's when you can.
These things on rev to, bearing in mind, the amber light on the rev counter starts at 8,000 RPM. You won't get that on the newer cars or anything turbocharged, with it being German. But on these seriously immense cars. And honestly, they are, I mean, the red line at now up to 9,000 RPM. That's wild. I mean, for an M-Power car, 9,000 RPM, you don't get that nowadays. Nowadays, they're all limited to 7.5, 8,000 RPM with them being turbocharged and 3-litre engines. And they've obviously lost a couple of cylinders on the newer ones. Honestly, the newer ones are great cars. Very, very, very good cars. But they were pushed out a lot more than these E92s and E93s and E90s and the saloon convertibles and the coupes. So, and plus obviously with this being the 92, the 4-litre, it is, as previously mentioned, last of the proper M-Power, last of the proper M3s, a lot of people call them. I mean, the newer ones are 6-cylinder, straight 6s, 3 litres, great cars, but they, like I said, there's a lot of them around. You can get them on lease deals and all the rest of it, so there's quite a few around on the road. But with these, they're a rare sight on the roads now, and to actually see a tidy one is an even bigger rarity. They're really, really hard to get hold of at the moment in good condition. There's a lot that have been dragged about and abused and just literally not been looked after. I mean, this one at 25,000 miles, it's got a better service history than some of the other ones that we've seen in the past with, you know, more than triple the mileage. So it's actually been looked after to an, you know, impeccable level. It's a great car.
What do you think about the resale value of these, one of those, the E4 E6s?
I think.
Do you think they're going to increase in price?
I think these dropped quite a lot a couple of years ago, but they've gone back up again. And I think it is purely because the newer one come out, and the newer one was a dodgy. That the downshift on this, honestly, this car is absolutely mad.
Smile on your face every time.
It's a big grin on your face. I mean, I've not driven this car I've driven this car today, should I say, after about a year, and it still puts that smile on your face. I mean, first gear. Honestly, what a machine.
This is my first, performance car, and honestly, I couldn't have asked for anything better than this car. The sound it makes. Plus, I use it as an everyday car. I do a lot of my kids drop off to schools, and when you don't want the speed, you won't feel it, because lower rev range,
it's quiet.
It's quite comfortable and
smooth cruiser.
Yeah, definitely.
These are definitely more of a cruising car. The E46s were a fantastic car, and I know they've gone really expensive at the moment, but they were an awesome car. Honestly, the E36 SMG, I didn't quite rate. I weren't a big fan of the M3s from the E36 era. E30s are just like a dream car at the moment, even though they're probably not as good to drive as the later cars. But the E46 was an absolutely amazing car. The SMG2 gearbox was great, and the bar was set very high again by BMW for themselves. And the 92, 93 can't beat them. Honestly, especially ones that have been played about with, they've had a couple of bits and bobs done to them, you can't beat them. They just sound amazing. They sound great. So yeah, I mean, what we'll do is we'll show you a couple of little drive-bys, and then yeah, we'll conclude the video for today. But it's honestly, what a car. It's an awesome car. The drive is very, very good. Just thought we'd park up for this. The drive is very good. They feel very planted, even though they're a rear-wheel drive car. They just feel very planted. Oh yeah, I'll put it into reverse instead of neutral. They actually do. You point them in the direction, floor them, and they go. The only thing you have to be careful is, with these being a pure full rear-wheel drive car, is it's on, I mean, at the moment the MDM button's been set to, I think it's 50-50 or 60-40 on. So it does allow the back end to step out. So you have to be very careful. It will catch you out, especially if you switch it off completely. But on the whole, it spits it out, and then it's straight back, and it catches it. You feel the power cut off, and it kind of like gets your back end straightened up again. So it is a car that you can play about with. It's a bit of an expensive car to learn to drift in and stuff, but no, I wouldn't recommend you do anything like that, no. But if you want one of these just to mess about in, get the back end out occasionally, honestly, there's such an amazing car. A lot of power to hand, 420 odd horsepower as standard. This one's had a couple of little touches done to it, and what we were told, it's never been on the rollers. We was told is running around the 450 horsepower mark, and I must admit, you know, it's got the punch. It's got a very good sort of kick to it, and with it being an NA, the power's there from the moment you put your foot down. They pull quite nicely in the later on in the rev range as well, which a lot of the newer performance cars tend to kind of like drop off at the higher RPM. This thing, again, it doesn't. It almost feels like, you know, you're driving a Honda VTEC, because their rev to so high. And whereas normal cars, you know, you rev it, and then all of a sudden you have to change gear, or it automatically changes gear for you. No, this thing goes all the way to just over 8,000 RPM. So, I mean, yeah, overall, fantastic car, awesome machine. And yeah, I hope you liked the video. And like I previously mentioned, we're new to this thing, so you probably mentioned, I mean, check out our channel. We've got a few of the videos uploaded as well, and we will keep showing you more content. We've got quite a few other performance cars to show you, to video and stuff, so keep an eye on the channel, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, like, and yeah, help us grow. And we've got plenty, like I said, plenty more content to show you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. That's Zish, I'm Nav. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.